What up, people? Pushing while black here. And I normally don't do like monologues before we go into the video, but I feel I need to. This has been a really fun conversation with Minyon Garrett, next to my brother, one of the most passionate Cowboy fans I know. And I had to cut this up in two parts because we're doing this by phone, and I had another phone call. So halfway through, we cut off, and then it starts again. But it was really fun, and this is going to be like a side project of this channel, which is my sport conversations, long form. So this has been this was a really fun conversation. I did a lot of laughing in this because Mignon's a nut. But anyway, enjoy. And yeah, like halfway through, like 40 some odd minutes through, we had to like cut it because I got another phone call. And then we pick up right when I'm talking about the defense. But it was really cool. Hope you guys enjoy. And I will have the actual MP3 because I know people don't watch YouTube videos that long. But please do because, that's how I get paid. But yeah, enjoy, people. It was really fun to do. Later. All right, go, dude.
Okay, first of all, what I want to talk about is who's doing the play calling. That's where I want to touch that first. Who's calling the plays?
Okay.
Evidently, we're lost. We don't know how to run. We don't know how to run plays. We forget to run the ball. We forget to where the receiver's gonna go. We don't know what a button hook is. We don't know what a post is. We're lost. We're lost right now. Okay? Lost in transition.
And Castle threw a pick. We remember that.
Castle threw a pick, of course.
Right.
But you know what? That's like him, though. That's like him. Why is it every week when Castle starts, oh, he threw a pick? Why do I have to hear it like that? Like it's something brand new. And it's not. It's not new. Right. This is what he does. This is what he lives for. He lives for the game of throwing picks and doing things the wrong way. This is him. This is the kind of quarterback he is. He's professionally incapable. How can you be professionally incapable? Ask me that. Ask me. How do you become professionally incapable? Just tell me that. As a quarterback, how do you become professionally incapable of playing quarterback?
I don't know.
Chris, ask me.
How do you become faithfully incapable of? How do you become that, dude? I don't know.
Ask Matt Castle that. Ask him. Ask him. Ask him how he plays the game so well he loses. How do you play the game so well you lose the game?
Tell him why you mad, dude. Wow.
This is part of the reason why I'm upset.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like that Jerry. Okay. Let me. I got to get on Jerry. Okay. Jerry doesn't seem like he wants this squad to really be successful. He wants it to happen on his terms. It can't happen that way, Chris. It can't. All he needs to do is sit back. And people have been saying it for years. Jerry, sit back.
But dude, okay. That's not gonna happen though, bro. It's just not. It's not gonna happen, dude.
Then we're not gonna win.
So,
and I'll tell everybody that we're not gonna win.
So do you wanna not be a Cowboy fan now?
No, of course. No. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan. It's just the simple fact that I'm tired of seeing my squad mess up and then, just basically say, oh well, we have next year. We're gonna try to better up. And then I'm tired of hearing Jason Garrett say, well, we did some good things. No, you didn't. No, you did not. Stop finding the positives. Stop finding the positives. I want Jason to understand.
I went through. Hey, as a Bears fan, I went through that all last year, bro. Mark Trestman was Captain Positive. Like we would play horribly as Bears, and Mark Trestman was Captain Positive. So I completely understand what you're going through because they played like crap on certain games last year, and Mark Trestman, the Bears coach, was like, "We did some good things. We did." It's like, what good things did you do?
Yeah, I don't understand that philosophy. I mean, I know Jason Garrett is he's a philosopher wearing a coach's badge. And I completely understand, finding the positives in things. But when your team is doing horrible, just let it be horrible.
Right.
That's all it is. Just let it be what it is.
Right. Keep going.
I'm tired of having to look at my boys week after week. Game planning. That's another thing. Do we even game plan? Do we? Do we have a game plan? No, we don't.
Well,
no. That's the answer. No, we go out there, we lay eggs.
Well,
hence it being 7 points that we were only able to get. And another problem is, I'm tired of this too. Romo is not dead, man. Okay? Romo isn't dead. Romo, you can ask him questions. Okay? Matt Castle, he needs to take his antennas, ask Romo, look, man, hey, and Jason too. Jason needs to get them two together in a room for hours, man. Going over plays, saying, look, if you run this play, this is the play that you audible to. Bottom line, this is the play you turn to. That's the play. Jason Witten on this play tends to turn this direction. You gotta break. You know what? You gotta break stuff down for Castle, man. Because he's not gonna get it, man. You gotta break it down to him. You have to.
Come on,
he's not gonna understand it. I'm serious, man. He's not gonna understand it. He ain't gonna get it, Chris. He's not. He's not. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It really isn't. He plays the way he plays. Dallas didn't prepare him well. Okay? It's just like taking a person that doesn't speak English well and you say, here, man, I need you to ace this English test.
Come on.
But he should be in ESL.
So you're saying Matt Castle is quarterback English's second language? Come on, man. He can't be that bad, dude. He can't.
Chris.
What?
The second to the last touchdown that I got to touch on this because it's a defense, okay? The second to the last touchdown that Green Bay scored.
Right.
Why is it, this is what I don't get. Why is it people are saying, wow, that was just a great play? No, it wasn't. Did you see the defense the Cowboys ran?
Yeah, Eddie Lacy had a field day.
Yeah, dog. Come on, man.
I'm like, Dag, like Dag. I didn't think they're my backup fantasy defense. I'm glad I haven't started them this season.
I don't get that, man.
Like Eddie Lacy had a field day, bro. Like I was like, really? We're not gonna really?
We're not gonna tackle today. We're not gonna follow directions. We're not gonna be in our spots today.
Minyon. Did we lose him? I think we lost him. Wow.
I'm here.
Okay, keep going. No, you lost him officially. I'm gonna call him back though. This is what happens when you don't have a podcasting set up and you're doing it by your iPhones. Still ringing.
Chris.
Yeah.
Signal dropped.
I understand. Keep going, man.
Okay, well, you know.
Wait a minute. I just let you in without an introduction. What up, people? This is Pushing While Black, and I don't even know. I'm putting this in there because I don't know if I'm gonna do a complete intro like in post, but next to my brother, which I don't really talk to after games because he won't pick up his phone. This is the craziest Cowboy fan I know as far as passion goes. And the last couple of weeks has been like crazy Cowboy rants. So in tradition of what I want to do as bringing my homeboys in to talk sports, and you guys heard NBA stuff with Ant. This is Minyon Garrett, and he was just in the middle of crushing the Cowboys for another week after a loss. So continue, sir. I apologize.
Hey, what's up, Chris? What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Go.
Look,
continue.
All I have to say is that the Cowboys need to go home. They need to go home, man. It's time. I love the Cowboys. They're my fans. They're my friends. I love them. You know, I look up to them as far as the culture goes.
The Cowboys are my friends. Baby. That's a t-shirt.
Yeah, they're my friends, dude. I love them. But it's time to sit down somewhere. And I blame Jerry. I blame that whole coaching staff, really, and I blame the players as well for not playing to their contracts, because that's what we're seeing too. Dez, you know, I know he's not 100%, but dude, come on, man, come on. Ball hits you in the chest. You handicapping the foot, not the hands. You know, that's one thing. That's one thing I just don't get, man. I mean, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I can't. He's a professional. What am I supposed to say?
You did not just say he handicapped in the foot, not the hand. Come on, dog.
It's the truth, Chris. Come on, baby. Come on. How much money is this dude making? He better figure out how to catch something. Catch a fly. Catch a cold, something. I mean, come on, dude. Really? He's not playing this contract.
There's Brian Turnbull. Wait a minute. He was baby Megatron like 3 weeks ago, and now you say he can't catch a cold. Come on, man.
I'm serious, man. Honestly, he's not playing to his contract. How many catches did he have today?
1 for 9 yards, bro. They didn't throw to him.
1 for 9 yards, dog. One. Can I give him all the credit for having 1 catch?
They didn't throw to him, though, man.
Exactly. That goes back to Matt Castle. Not knowing his playbook, not knowing audibles. All right. Because Jerry brought this, Jimmy Johnson, he brought this up during halftime, man. He was like, you got to throw the ball down the field. Like I know with Matt Castle, he was best at dink and doinking, which he was best at the Patriots when he was asked to do that. But you got to throw the ball down the field. And if you're gonna let Whedon go, matter of fact, where's Whedon now? Whedon is with Houston. Yay!
So
we let him go.
So you let Whedon go.
That was a wonderful decision. Oh my gosh! Did you see that? That was just outstanding. Wow, we let go of our second string quarterback that's been with us for quite a few years.
Knows the system. You know what he can do. You know exactly what he can do. You know he knows the system, but you let. I mean, Castle got some, intangibles, man. He got a better arm than Whedon, but he's a journeyman, and there's a reason why he is. And the fact that, the fact that the Cowboys, and I said it like when you first did one of these classic things and we didn't record it, a few weeks ago, I wasn't. Was it the game? Did he start the game where y'all lost to Tampa and it was 3-6 or something?
I thought that was Castle.
No, that's what I mean. Castle started that game, right? Castle was in that game. Like,
yes.
That was the first time you really went in on Matt Castle. And here's the thing: like, there are things that Matt Castle can do, which I understand, but what they did was, like, you don't really know what Castle can do. And even when he throws, because he did a lot of overthrowing today, you can still see, like, all right, he got a killer arm, but it doesn't matter if you're not accurate.
If you're not completing passes, it's worthless. Let me just go ahead and let him compete and punt, pass, and kick. Maybe he'll win a championship in that. Let him hook him. Let me put him in the Dallas Flag League.
But dude, like, and I couldn't get you, like, because it was a Monday night game, so I couldn't get you during and you didn't put anything on Facebook, so I didn't know your thoughts about last week's game.
I was quiet that week, dog.
Huh?
I was quiet that week.
Right. I was like, okay, because usually you do, you do these, State of the Union addresses after every game, and I couldn't get you because I was working. I had to work that next day, so I couldn't really record not record, but I couldn't really talk to you. So the last game, he played decent, didn't he? Like, they were still technically in the hunt for, now, mind you, that division is atrocious. That division is bad. But, it just, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, but you have to think, you know what? You have to, for that game that you're referring to,
the Redskins game,
Bailey.
Yeah,
you have to thank Dan Bailey for that.
Yeah, Bailey.
You have to thank him for that. Because it really wasn't a Castle. It really wasn't.
Yeah, I watched like the first 3 quarters of that game, and it was bad, dude. On both ends, it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a very sloppy game. And if you look at it this way, all Castle really had to do, if you look at the situation, the way the plays were set up, and the way kick returns and punt returns were given, if your kick return is running the ball back 25 yards, maybe 30, and then Castle touches the ball, and then he maybe gets you down to the average drive for him. Say on one drive he'll collect maybe 20 yards, maybe.
Right.
Depending on the running game, but with his arm, say it's like 20 yards. Well, hey, you're in field goal range.
Right.
When it's over with. So you're not necessarily in territory to really score a touchdown. Matter of fact, you're not going to score a touchdown because you're Dallas and you've got Castle at quarterback. And then you've got all these other players that are on the offense who just somehow miraculously just forget how to catch. or forget how to run the ball. I just forgot. Oh, okay. Well, you know, McFadden, that was actually a run play for you. You could have just grabbed the ball and just ran straight to the hole, but you just tripped over your own feet. Oh, okay. That's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I thought I was supposed to go to the right when I was supposed to go to the left. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, that's it, man. That's really it. Oh, okay. Well, no big deal. I'll just get it right next week. Man, sit your ASS down and have some tea on the bench, man. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. Castle, the same thing, man. I would have not gotten rid of Wheaton. I would have just rode the season out, man. Really, to be honest with you. Romo wouldn't have come back. I blame the coaching staff, the trainers, Jerry, all that. Because there was no reason Romo should have ever came back to play. No reason.
Well, at least you'll have a good draft pick.
Oh man, boy, a good draft pick. Yeah, that's lovely. Oh, with this draft pick, we're gonna go ahead and pick up a punter.
You know
that's
what?
what we need.
You know what? I'm laughing at that, but you know they'll do that. They'll pick up like their first round pick. They'll end up picking like a they'll end up picking like a tackle or something that they don't even need.
Right. Some you don't even need, man. I mean, and it's just, I'm tired of that, Chris. I really am. I mean, I don't understand. Dallas is a some crazy number, but it's up in the billions as far as its worth. Why is it that you're constantly drowning every season?
Well,
every season.
Well, all right. Do you really want me to go in? Because I can go in, but if I go in like I want to go in, everybody calls me a hater.
Go for it, man.
All right, I'm gonna tell you completely. First of all, and full disclosure for wherever I post this at, this will probably be on YouTube at some point. I am not a Cowboy fan, as Minyon, you know. I'm a Bears fan.
Right.
Since
boy, you guys took a L today too,
dude. But you know what though? It's bad, but with the Bears, it's like this, man. Like I'm not expecting I didn't expect the Bears to do anything. Like if they go 6-10, it's a wonderful season. Like, you know, they've kind of let average QBs, you know what I'm saying, put in work, which I have a problem with. But our defense is still developing. We don't have a receiving core for nothing. We don't have a receiving core at all. It's Alshon Jeffrey and our number 2 tight end, and that's it. We don't really. Kevin White is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Matt Forte. You know, it's nice that we have a guy like Matt Forte, and then we have his backup is doing really, really well, and I can't think of the brother's name right now. Lanford, he's doing quite well, but we don't have the talent right now to beat, you know, decent teams, and we should have beat San Francisco, and quite honestly, we should have beat the Redskins, because the Redskins are average at best also.
Yeah.
But Robbie Gould is having brain farts, man, the last couple weeks. Like, dude, we should be like 7 and something. We should not be 5-7. We should be 7-5. Okay? But Robbie Gould, man, is not having a good couple games. But here's the thing about the Cowboys that I'm going to say. Since Troy Aikman left, there's been a lot of reaching as far as quarterbacks. That's number one. Okay? When I would tell people y'all haven't been relevant since '96, that's because you let Jimmy Johnson go. You let Jimmy Johnson go. You let Barry Switzer go. You let all the people that know how to draft, you let them go. Okay? The Cowboys, to be honest, they got lucky with Romo, man. And that's to be honest. And Romo, and you know this, bro, Tony Romo has some very, very, very inconsistent seasons for years. And then honestly, it took not Jason Garrett, because I used to have a problem with the way Jason Garrett called games when he was the offensive coordinator and when he first became coach. He was asking Tony Romo to throw 50 times a game. He didn't run the ball. He didn't run the ball at all. He basically put the game in Romo's hands, and Romo used to throw a lot of picks and still does. So you think?
You know what? You know, Tony Romo is a product of Bill Parcells, man. That's how Romo is relevant right now. He's a product of Bill Parcells. It took Bill Parcells.
It's not even that, because Bill Parcells did. Dude, it's not even that. Bill Parcells didn't even want him. It was Sean Payton. Remember? Sean Payton was Sean Payton was the offensive coordinator, right? Sean Payton saw tape of Tony Romo and wanted to get him. It wasn't Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells wanted a quarterback, but Sean Payton wanted him. Now, Bill Parcells decided to keep him because there was some talent there. Because when Sean Payton went to New Orleans, it was a big push. He tried hard to get Tony Romo to be a Saint.
Yeah.
Like, people forget that. Like, Romo was about to be a Saint if it wasn't for Bill Parcells deciding not to trade him. Okay? So, but with Romo, the first few years, Romo was doing a lot of dumb stuff. A lot of very, very dumb decision making. And Jason Garrett, when he became coach, put him in some bad situations, man, recently. Including this year. Like, run the ball. Like, build your lineup. You're supposed to be this offensive genius. And remember when I used to tell you, like, I can see what Jason Garrett's trying to do, and he's trying to be Mike Martz. Right. Because all he would do is he would ask Tony Romo to throw the ball a bunch of times, and basically Wynn would be set out in a wide receiver type of situation, and he would chuck the ball a bunch of times, and he wouldn't run the ball. And if a running back did get the ball, it would be a screen pass, and it wouldn't work. So you and this is like, dog, come on, man. Let's be real for a second. Since Troy Aikman retired, what have you had at QB? Clint Sterner.
Hey, man, hey. Don't start hating now.
Listen,
don't start hating, man. We've had some great baseball players. We've had some really good hockey players. And dang it, I'm waiting for a tennis player.
Dude, but you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, bro. Like, all right, the drafted Quincy Carter got drafted. Doug, right. He was a 4th round pick, and Jerry reached at that. Dude. Like, come on.
Well, you know what? I would have, had I had been the coach at the time when Quincy was playing for us, I would have fired him, dude. And just because I've met Quincy Carter, like, in person.
Told me the story. It was awesome.
And I gotta let people know, like, I met him. Really wasn't thrilled about being with the children. Yes, there were children involved, people. And I'm not trying to shoot him down, but he needs to learn how to speak correctly when you're in the presence of children and their parents.
Called that brother Mushmouth. I remember sports radio used to call that brother Mushmouth. Like, every time that dude gave an interview was bad, bro. It was like
the dude. I mean, I'm sitting, and I'm listening. I'm not gonna say the facility where he was. I'm not gonna give that information out. But I will say this: that whenever you address children, at the end of your speech, you never say, "Keep it sexy," and blow a kiss at children. That's just wrong on so many levels. So if I was a coach, I would have had to fire him, because that's a sign that you're going to do something stupid.
Well,
and it's clear. Clear as day, too, boy. Really, to be honest with you, before they drafted him, they should have looked at his lips.
Wow. You're bad.
I'm serious. That would have told you everything. Look at his lips.
You're a bad guy.
Look at those lips. Look how dark they are. You know he's smoking something. I'm serious,
you're a bad
man.
Dude.
Chris, I'm trying to be honest, though. I mean, come on, dude. We've been around some people that had that about them. Okay? And we're looking at them like, something is wrong with this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're both thinking that at the same time. And then when we leave, we're like, yeah. You thinking the same thing I'm thinking? Yeah. Something's wrong with that dude. Yeah, that's Quincy Carter right there, man. Quincy Carter right there, man. I'm telling you, he was Ashy Larry in a Cowboy uniform. I'm serious. I'm just being honest. That's just me being honest with you. No,
all right, dog. All right.
Just straight. handshake is rough too.
Off the red, off the wow.
It's like you shaking chalk. You shake his hands like, God, dog, what is this? Dang, boy. See the stuff flying off his hands? God, dog, what is this? What in the world, dude? Have you heard of Johnson & Johnson? God, dog. Man, dude, do you put chalk on your hands when you throw the ball?
Apparently no, because it didn't. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Dog. Oh, so you had Clint Sterner, you had Tim Hudson, you had Chad Hutchinson or Tim whatever. Drew Henson. I'm sorry, Drew Henson.
Oh,
Chad Hutchinson. You had Clint Sterner, who was destined for greatness in the Arena League. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember.
If you'd have put all three of them dudes together, you could have had another 98 Degrees singing group.
Man. So you did. So basically, your quarterback situation has been bad.
Yes.
For years. You lucked up with Romo, and because you lucked up with Romo, and this is what I don't understand about because I'm about to say something that bothers me to no end when I hear sports radio people talk about this. You need a backup quarterback. I don't care what people like to say. Like, we don't really. If you have a good backup quarterback, then you don't have one. Okay.
You're right. We need one.
With a guy like Romo, because Romo has had in the last like 2 to 3 years, if not a little more, he's had injuries. He's had season-ending injuries. If you got a guy like that, man, you gotta have a good quarterback, man. You gotta have a good backup quarterback. Okay, you got to develop one. That's why Bill Parcells was like, you draft a quarterback every year to have somebody in the pipeline, which they haven't really invested in having a guy that could run your stuff. Cause I mean, now I understand, because Andy Dalton got hurt today. Okay, it's week 14?
Yeah,
it's week 14, right? Andy Dalton got hurt today. Now, A.J. McCarron, I don't think he's going to lead you to the promised land, but it was against the Steelers, so so that defense is a problem. But A.J. McCarron still threw 200 yards in relief.
Right.
Like, he's not, is he Andy Dalton? No, but Andy Dalton isn't like a beast of a quarterback, even though he's been saving my butt this fantasy season.
You got it.
But he's decent. If AJ McCarron could be decent and win you 2 of the next 3 games and kind of be, because right now they're on their way to a bye. So Andy Dalton's like done for the season apparently. But if A.J. McCarron could at least get you in the playoffs to where you have a bye, you never know what happens. You know, you never know who you draw. You never know that brother got a lot of weapons. Okay. Here's the thing and I hate hearing this when I listen to sports radio in Dallas, because I still listen to sports radio in Dallas sometimes, especially after big games like this. Your backup QB should at least get you through half of the season. Now, I don't guarantee. What I mean is, if your QB gets hurt, if your starter gets hurt in like week 4, you should be able to go 500 the rest of the way. Because the Cowboys, they have running backs, they have a receiving core, they have a Pro Bowl tight end, Pro Bowl wide receiver. You have a decent line, because that running back by committee is probably going to get Darren McFadden the Pro Bowl selection. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have a slot receiver in Beasley that's competent. You have a second wide receiver. You have talent. Your quarterback should be able to win you at least half of the games your starter's injured. Your starter's going to miss. You should have a backup quarterback. Period. Yeah. Like, now, I believe this though, that the market of off the street backup QBs is bad. Like you can't just go and pick up like a backup QB, in free agency and be fine, right? You got to develop one.
Nobody's out there right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So the idea that you picked up Castle, like they traded for him, right?
Yeah.
Dude, like there's a reason he was for Buffalo, right? He was at Buffalo, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Bruh, he was third string there.
And that's a problem, dude. I mean, I don't even understand why. And that's another thing, man. Why draft somebody if they're third string in Buffalo?
Why trade for him? They're third string in Buffalo. It was Tyrod Taylor, Eli Manning, and not Eli Manning. It was Tyrod Taylor, EJ Manuel, that's his name, and Matt Castle. Matt Castle was third string there.
Yeah, he had no.
You couldn't make it. Matt Castle couldn't make it out of Matt Castle couldn't make it out of Minnesota. Like, because they wanted to give, what's the name, an extra year of development. Matt Castle couldn't make it out of Minnesota, and they wanted to have him start for them. And he was third string in Buffalo. Why are you trading for him?
See, and that's what goes back to the office, dude. I mean, they're at the quarterback position. The Cowboys are they just don't have. I just don't believe they have the intelligence to handle getting a legit quarterback. I think it's gonna take somebody else, dude, to really just say, okay, we're going out. We're going to find us a quarterback that is top notch. Bottom line, and this is one of the reasons. This is one of the things I hate about the Cowboys. Is that go spend the money on a college quarterback, please.
Go get, dude. You can, okay, bro. They had Johnny Manziel. They had him. He's there. They had him. The rumor was we gonna get Johnny Manziel. They had him. Go get him. That's the future. Cause now you know what's gonna happen now. If Cleveland's smart. You shut up and let Johnny Manziel be Johnny Manziel, and cause that kid got some ability, man. I understand old school QBs, you gotta care about your job and all this other stuff. If you just let Johnny Manziel alone and let him do what he does and develop your offense around him, Johnny Manziel is not a bum. So the idea that Cleveland's gonna let him go, if you're Cleveland, why? Because the idea is Cleveland's gonna let him go, and then once that happens, or Cleveland's gonna trade him for a 6th round pick or a 5th round pick or something, and then the Cowboys can come and get him up. If I'm Cleveland, why would you do that? If I'm Cleveland, why would you do that? There's no reason to do that. I know it's fun, but you had an opportunity to get him. You had an opportunity to get him last year, and you didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Okay, go, and it doesn't even necessarily need to be Johnny Manziel. Go scout somebody. Go get know what you want to do. Chip Kelly, this might not work because it hasn't worked, but Chip Kelly has a situation where his backup QB is better than his starter. And really, he shouldn't have got Sam Bradford. He should have kept Mark Sanchez. But, I digress. If you're gonna trade Matt Foles for, because he couldn't run your system, Sanchez could run your system. Bradford can't run.
Yeah, Bradford he's a weird type of quarterback, man.
He's injury prone, dude. He used to be able to run. He can't run now.
No, when he was at Oklahoma, he was in college. He was decent, man. But I don't understand the hype. I really don't.
Look at what, the Steelers are doing. The Steelers have Roethlisberger. The Steelers have a Ben Roethlisberger clone in Landry Jones. Same dude. Landry Jones is the same dude as Ben Roethlisberger. Same guy, same size, same running around ability. They offense is not. You do not lose a beat if what's the name gets hurt because they stuck. Because Michael Vick, they wanted Michael Vick, and basically because Ben can run around, Michael Vick can run around, and Landry Jones can run around. Right? They put.
If I was the Cowboys before I went for Johnny, I'd try to get Landry, man. To be honest with you,
Landry Jones. But if you're the Steelers, why would you give? If you're the Steelers, why would you give him up? Because Ben's old. With Landry, you got basically baby Ben Roethlisberger, dude. That's what you have, and that's scouting. This is what the Cowboys do. Matt Castle don't run. You got a pocket passer that don't move around, that really can't, because the thing was, he can throw the deep ball. Not really. He wasn't known to throw the deep ball in New England. That was
all make-believe.
No, it wasn't make-believe. It was a lot of yards after the catch.
Dude, that's make-believe. Because think about it, man. If I throw the ball downfield, right? If I throw the ball, this is how I give a quarterback credit. Oh, he's got a killer arm. Oh, okay. Well, when the receiver actually caught the ball down the field, and that's when you count it. When he catches the ball right where he catches it, that's what tells me, okay, you got a killer arm right there because you just chunked the ball.
Or when he throws people open.
Yeah.
I've never seen Matt Castle throw people open. Except once, and that was Dez having an amazing catch over 3 people.
Boy, man, and you know what though? That play, dude, really? Come on, Chris. I'm gonna be honest though. Come on, dog. How many times can that happen though, dude? Really, to be honest with you, when you think about it. Can he do that? Can he do that every game, dude? Come on.
Dez?
No, I'm talking about Matt Castle.
No.
Matt Castle closed his eyes, dog.
Yeah, he closed his eyes and threw the ball. He closed his eyes and was like, there it is.
He was praying.
And Dez bailed him out. That was a total bailout.
Yes. He was praying, dude.
That was a total bailout, man.
That's just, to me, it's it shouldn't even be like that, Chris. Really, when you think about it, when you think about the Cowboys going 12-4 last year, and I know we've had a lot of injuries and things like that, but there's no excuse for the play that they've put forward this season. Nobody has stepped up.
You can't score, dude. That's the thing. You can't score.
Yes, it's the offense. It's not the defense. The defense messes up sometime, but that's a given. But the offense is just not clicking. Terrence Williams, dude. How many catches did Terrence Williams have in this game?
Not a lot, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Castle couldn't. You know how you always say he either underthrows or overthrows a ball? Yeah.
And he does that well.
That was evident in this game. He was underthrowing and overthrowing everything. It wasn't even close. And then the only success that they did have was early in the game when they were doing dink and dunk, and you don't really have. That's an offense where, you would have and they didn't. Dez Bryant is your best weapon, and Jason, and it's if you're going to do a dink and doink offense, put Dez in situations where he can run after the catch, and they don't do that.
No.
They're running the same offense like Romo was there, and Castle isn't accurate enough to do that. Castle isn't accurate enough to tell Dez to go up and get it.
Yeah, he's not.
Because he overthrows everything. And whereas you gotta put Dez in. You gotta make Dez, sad to say, but you gotta make Dez in a Julian Edelman or Wes Welker. And that's stupid, but the way Castle is to be successful is to do dink and dunk and to have your receivers, because short passes and dinking and dunking is fine, but you got to have receivers that can do a lot of yards after catch.
Well, if we're talking about dink and doink, then you could have done that with Whedon.
Exactly. Which goes back to your earlier point, is why let Whedon go? If Castle is gonna be your savior, your backup QB savior for the rest of the season, then why they dropped the ball? Because Castle, as it's been proven the rest of the season, Castle doesn't have a deep arm like we all thought he did, because he overthrows everything, dude.
Yes, faithfully, and it's just. I mean, the Cowboys this season have been effectively ineffective.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite saying, man. Effectively ineffective.
Effectively ineffective, and that's just what it was. I mean, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win any more games, dude.
Of course, they're not.
They're not winning any more games, and I hate to down them like that, man. But I have to say it. I have to be honest. The Cowboys are they're a bad team, dude. They're bad.
This is the first season where, because usually, and it bothers me. It used to bother me to no end when everybody was like, they got so much talent. This is our year. And I was like, y'all really don't have any talent from the quarterback on down. This is the first year where I was like, where I believe the hype, man. I was like, yo, Cowboys, this is going to be the year. The Cowboys is going to break the snide, man. And I wasn't trying to be a fan, or I wasn't trying to jump on no bandwagon, but as a football observer, I was like, man, the Cowboys they're going to be a problem. And then injuries just happened, and I don't know what happened with the defense.
Man, you know what? I don't know, man. Honestly,
because what's the name? I mean, I know we got. I said we. Wow. I know.
Yeah, you're a Cowboy fan. Hey, folks, he's a legitimate Cowboy fan. Did you hear what he
I'm
just
really
said?
Not.
He said we.
I'm really not. Shut up.
He's from Chicago, but he's a true Texan.
Really? Hey, but that doesn't mean that you gonna see me wearing cowboy gear, other than when I play rugby. But that's another thing. But nah, man, like
he treats Dallas like it's his side chick.
Come on.
That's how he treats Dallas. Like it's his side chick. And it's really not. He's been in and out of Dallas a lot.
You're funny.
That was
you're hilarious.
Crude humor there.
Since '89, fell in love with the city.
See?
I don't. See, here's the thing. Like, the fans, a lot of Cowboy fans are really annoying because everybody's living off the triplets. And I'm like, do better. Like, the triplets haven't been, the triplets haven't been around forever, man. Do better, please.
Yes.
But it's like,
it's been some years.
Going back to what I was saying, though, it's not like, I don't know what happened to the defense, because Hold on, dude.
All right.
Okay, so we were on the defense. We were on the Cowboys defense, and I don't know what happened with the defense.
Yeah, as far, are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording now.
Oh, okay, I got you. As far as the defense goes, man, I mean, we can honestly say that this season they did well. I mean,
still doing well.
Still doing well. Yeah, it's just when they're on the field that long, dude, and there's nothing to show for it, no points on the offensive side of the ball, it wears them down. It's like, what are you giving them to fight for?
Well, I think because when my brother called me, we we ended because I told him like what we were doing and or what I was doing, and we got into the game, and he was just saying how like you can't keep the defense on the field that long. Like it like he basically seconded what you were saying about Castle, how Castle's garbage, and he was saying like the defense is fine. It's just you can't keep them on the field that long because they get tired.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't do that, man. It's just you can't win ball games like that.
And
I mean, you can.
He was saying, like, okay, was the first pick on the 1 yard line? Where was the first pick at?
I think the first pick was like on the 1 or 2, I believe.
And
I'm gonna go back and watch the game in the morning.
Yeah, because I think Ramon was telling me that like he said like on Facebook he had his touchdown like graphic on like ready for like to hit the send button, and he goes, why didn't they just run the ball? Like, why did he throw the ball on the 1 yard line? Why didn't he just run it in?
That's the same thing the Seahawks did in the Super Bowl.
So what? We Pete Carroll now? What's going on?
And yeah, it's retarded. I mean, I'm tired of these teams. A lot of people. Okay, with the Cowboys tend to overthink, and that's just the honest truth. The Cowboys tend to overthink, and then when they overthink, they have these brain farts, and it's like, oh, I need to score. Oh, I need to score. Why don't I just throw the ball in the end zone? Like, and it's just like, dude, what are you thinking? We're at the 1. Just run the ball.
When McFadden is having a career renaissance or rebirth,
yeah,
in a cowboy uniform, you're gonna throw the ball, and it's a pick. Come on, man, what are you doing?
It's the play calling, Chris. It goes back to the play calling, and what we're saying is. This is what we're seeing. We're seeing basically Matt Castle running the plays like they're supposed to by the book, but he's not. He's running the plays by the book, but he's not completing them. And the problem
he can't.
Because he can't. And the problem is that when Romo's in the game, he knows the plays. But he also knows how to check out of them.
Right.
And he knows where his receivers are going to go. He knows what Jason Witten's tendencies are on certain plays. He knows what Dez is capable of doing. He knows what to expect out of Terrence Williams. He knows what to expect out of Beasley. He's not going to sit up and ask them to do too much. Y'all it's just going to be like, okay, guys, keep doing what you're doing. Keep that fluid motion going. I already know what you're going to do.
Right.
He's done it too many times. He's thrown the ball to him too many times. And what we're seeing is a lack of chemistry between the quarterbacks and the receivers. That's just chemistry. They don't have any. They have no chemistry at all. They're basically out there playing playground football right now.
Hey,
that's what they're doing.
Playground football works because in the Bears game today, that was the only time the Bears were competent on offense. When Jay Cutler when the play broke down and it was Sandlot football. So that worked. And Johnny Manziel, the only reason he won today was because plays broke down and he just slanged the ball up and down the field and he threw for a crazy number of yards. I just think that Castle isn't that dude. There's a reason he's a journeyman.
Right.
And there's a reason that he was good in certain offenses. Like, he was a Pro Bowler in Kansas City. I get it. You know what I'm saying? He did good things, but it's like, okay. You know how Alex Smith is?
Yeah.
You know how Alex Smith is a competent QB in a system where his strengths are utilized. Like, Alex Smith can't run Alex. If you put Alex Smith on the Cowboys, he would be worse than Matt Castle, or about the same. Because what makes Alex Smith competent is Alex Smith is not asked to do much, right? Like, which is why Colin Kaepernick got basically that starting position in the like halfway through the season and was able to, like, they thought Alex Smith wasn't going to be able to get them from point A to point B because Alex Smith is limited in his skill set.
Right.
Okay? He's limited. Like, there are things that Alex Smith can't do, but Kansas City is going to be in the playoffs this year. Why? Because all they're doing is running the ball and throwing screen passes. They're not asking him to do much. Romo can do a lot of things. A lot of times, though, that gets Romo in trouble, and they got Romo in trouble for a lot of years. But Romo can do a lot of stuff. Here's the thing, though. They scaled the offense down, and they ran the ball, and Romo was very close to taking them to a Super Bowl. You got Matt Castle in an offense where you need a gunslinger to run that offense, and you don't have one. You have a check down guy. You have a guy that in Matt Castle that is basically a system QB who runs a scaled down dink and dunk offense. His best year was the Patriots.
Right.
That was his best year was. So it's like, why are you asking a dude that's basically a career backup QB to run? It's not even a complex system, but you need to be able to like be accurate, somewhat accurate, which he isn't.
Right.
And the defense is all right, but you can't rush Green Bay has running backs. You're gonna have to be able to stop the run at some point.
Yeah, that's true.
So I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like I kind of feel like he's in. Are you in Target now, dude?
I'm actually in Wally World.
Oh well, we're not gonna have you going to rant about Walmart. Wow.
No, you don't want to do that.
Right, because you tend to have to do that. But yeah, man, like to tie a little bow around this. Final thoughts.
Tie a little bow.
Yeah, about the recording part, because. So what do you propose? What's going on next week, man? What are they gonna do?
We're gonna lose. Bottom line. I mean, who do we got next week? We have who is that? Redskins, right?
We got Redskins again?
I believe so. I think it is the Redskins. We're gonna lose. I mean, there's really no question about it, man. I mean, I think the season is a wrap.
Well, the season's been a wrap, but with the division being as bad as it is, they still had hope. Like, I remember asking somebody somebody was asking me on Facebook, why are the Cowboy fans so happy? And I'm like, because they're one game back from the playoffs, and they got they still got 3 games left. Well, after this game, you're pretty much the Redskins got the division, really.
Yeah, and that's really troubling.
You telling me?
Really troubling.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is that dude either. But
no, he's not. And they're going to go out in the first round.
Yes.
I mean,
weird thing happens, like Kirk Cousins becomes Eli Manning.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like, Kirk Cousins just becomes that postseason dude that Eli Manning is, and just like dominates in the playoffs.
Just Captain Takeover,
right?
Chris, if that happens, dude, I'm literally, dude, I will sell like all my Cowboy memorabilia.
So
if that happens,
if Kirk Cousins, because this is recorded, if Kirk Cousins leads the Redskins to the Super Bowl, you will sell all your cowboy gear, all of it.
All my cowboy gear. I will sell it, and if he takes them to the Super Bowl and win it, dude, it's over. Like I'm sorry, Cowboys, but you have let me down too many times, and now you have me selling all my cowboy memorabilia, caps, posters, heck, autographs even. Well, I ain't gonna go that far. I'll pretend like I didn't say that, but
wow.
No, but that's just sad, dude. I mean, when you think about where the Cowboys were last year and to see them this year, I mean, obviously we know the injuries played a part in it, but still, man, you got to represent better than that, man. You have to. You can't just go out like that. Not like that.
I mean, it is Green Bay. Like, Green Bay is rather, that's a better team.
Yeah, Green Bay is a better team, but look where we were last year with them, though. And it's sad to know that that's how we had to lose the game. Dez didn't show up.
It's hard to show up when you ain't throwing them the ball, though.
Yeah. That's true. It is very true. When you're not throwing the ball, it's a difference. I mean, but even still, though, I mean, you would think that we would go to the locker room and say, okay, guys, we have to game plan here. Something's wrong. We need to get this together. But I'm sorry. I don't even think they game planned, man. I think really what happened was they just said, look, we got Green Bay. We're going to do the best we can to try to win the game, and we're going to do the best with what we have. I honestly think that's what happened. I don't think it was game planning at all. I really don't.
I think they're just I think, and like what I was saying before, what I was going into, like, before, when you started saying you're treating Dallas like it's my side chick.
Yeah.
This is the first year that I actually believe the hype, because I never used to believe the hype, because I always knew that Romo had his warts before they took the ball out of his hands and they kind of scaled him down. Because they scaled Romo down. Then they scaled his role down. When DeMarco Murray was, oh, by the way, your boy Murray, talked himself out of Philly.
Oh, yeah, I heard I was going to talk to you about that, man.
We can go. We can talk about that.
DeMarco, dude, he needs to shut up, dude. Honestly.
Dude, but you know what? I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for him, because you did that. You did that to yourself. You did that to yourself.
You sure did. You sure did.
Because everybody knows the type of offense that Chip Kelly runs. Everybody knows that you need side-to-side runners, east to west runners or whatever. You're a downhill runner, DeMarco Murray. You're a downhill runner. You know what I'm saying? You could have, because you never know what the situation is. Like, Cowboys were a contender. Like, to me, you know what I'm saying? They were before the injuries. So you gonna go to Philly over the money in an offense that doesn't fit you, just for the money. Then you realize, because Chip Kelly's like, well, Darren Sproles works better in my system, and everybody else works better in my system but DeMarco Murray, and you tell the owner that I'm not happy with the role. Like, dude, there's non-guaranteed contracts.
Yep.
This ain't basketball. They'll take the loss.
They will. They'll take the loss, man. You know what, though? If they do take the loss, hey, DeMarco did it to himself, man. Right. And now, and you know what? He's wanting to come back to Dallas, dude. He's wanting to come back to Dallas. The way he left was bad. Like, you burnt bridges, bro. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do it.
Like, you can't say that you can't say that Dallas. You burn bridges, man. I think he said that Dallas lowballed him or something. Dude, you did that yourself, man. And then you keep talking about it, man. Like, first of all, Chip Kelly is the wrong dude. Chip Kelly is the wrong dude to worry about because he's not. If you don't work for a system, he's gonna cut you.
Yes.
Okay, those contracts are not guaranteed. You just get penalties for that. Like, he's not gonna, like, if you don't work for a system, he's not keeping you. So,
because there's no point.
Right. So there's no reason for you to go on these things about, I don't know the role in my offense. You know what I'm saying? What's the role in my offense? I don't understand. You know, there's no reason for you to go against. Like, Deshaun Jackson got cut.
Yeah, and then that was big.
Right. So dude, like.
But Chip paid for it though. He did. He paid for letting him go though.
Yeah, because you don't have a deep threat, and this is what happens when you. I don't know. I know what he wants to do, but you don't have a deep threat, and it's like, you know, what you're doing isn't working. Now you'll probably make the playoffs because did they win today?
I think so. I would have to check.
You'll probably make the playoffs, man, because, you know, the division's bad. But Chip Kelly's not going to keep a bad investment. That's not what he does.
Right.
You know, and the ownership is giving him full control of that franchise, like personnel-wise. So all you got to do is shut up. You don't even have to burn bridges like that, man.
It's too late.
So now, I mean, if what's the name gets cut, I'd say come to the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, but knowing Jerry, if DeMarcos talks to Jerry and he says, look, you know, Jerry give him another shot, but Jerry wouldn't pay him the money. But I guarantee you Jerry would give him a shot though. He's like, all right, I'll let you come back. You know, I'll let you come back.
How much of a punk you gotta be, man, to go to lead? And I have to be G-rated here, but how much of a punk did you have to be to? You left. They gave you a decent amount of money. You left.
Yep.
You left. You chased the money. You did a stupid thing because that the offense doesn't fit your skill set at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they keep Chip Kelly for you know, 1 more year, 2 more years, and Chip Kelly decides to cut you, don't go back to Dallas, man.
He's gonna do it, man. I guarantee you, Jerry. If Jerry sees an opening for him, he's gonna get him back. If Jerry sees an opening for him, Jerry's gonna let him back. I guarantee you that.
Okay.
Because that's just how. I mean, I just, you know, we both know Jerry, man. Like that's just how. That's how he operates. That's how Jerry is, man. And when Jerry believes in second chances, and if DeMarco comes at him the right way, then Jerry's gonna be like, okay.
And if I'm Steven, I'm telling my dad he wasn't loyal to us. He's not a real cowboy. He's not a real cowboy. He wasn't loyal to us. He chased the money. He said we lowballed him. Don't sign him.
Yeah.
And then you were talking noise when you played the Cowboys. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah,
he was talking man. Noise. If you want, does he seriously want to come back to Dallas?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. He was missing it.
Anyway, whatever, dude. You shouldn't have left.
Yeah, he shouldn't have left.
You leave a Super Bowl contender to go to Philly when they just let their quarterback go. When they just let their quarterback go, they just let they man, Shady McCoy hates Chip Kelly, dude, because the way Chip does things is just backwards. So knowing this, you leave to go to that organization. You know, Cowboys got its warts, but dude, Jason Garrett got that job for life, bro. He's not leaving.
No,
You
he's
know
got it.
that. As long as Jerry's alive and coherent, Jason Garrett got that job for life, dude. If you're once a cowboy, always a cowboy. Dog, come on, man. You don't leave situations like that. You don't.
Yeah. Jerry loves him, man.
But but he left, and if he just leaves, man, if he comes back, dude, like I'm just, wow. All right, man. I'd be like, okay, then watch the line go to crap as soon as he comes back.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen, though. You know that? I mean, if that's all it's gonna take is, I'm sorry, Jerry, I didn't mean to do this and that. Please take me back, and you don't have to pay me a bunch of money.
Part? What? Remember, like the Desperado. remember like when the Cowboys didn't do well, or when players didn't do well on the Cowboys, they would go to the Desperado.
Yeah, boy, that was a bad investment. It really was.
At the time, it wasn't, because arena football was hot, and they just got that idea. They just got that contract from NBC. At the time, it wasn't, man. But you ever seen the league expand too much, too quick?
I have.
That was arena football. Like it got that NBC money, and it expanded really, really quick, and they didn't really know what they were doing. Now they've scaled it back, and now they got that ESPN contract again, so now it's better. And I'm completely geeking out on arena football, but I'm kind of a nerd like that.
Yeah, Justin Warren, one of my buddies, played for the Vigilantes after they were called the Desperados.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a couple of games, man. It's actually pretty fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's different. Very different.
Is it, man? Anyway, but yeah, man. Cowboys got the Redskins, and you're thinking they're gonna lose?
I believe so, man. I mean, just looking at the way this is how I look at it. Dallas defensively will play well, but there'll be a touchdown thrown by the Redskins and maybe a field goal. And what's going to happen is it's going to be like 10 to 3 or 10 to 6 because Dallas can't produce any points.
Right.
It's going to be 10 probably.
Because Castle will overthrow everybody all day.
Right. And if we do score a touchdown, it'll only be one touchdown. The game will probably end up 10-7, something like that, because of our high-powered defense. Right. But I just don't think that Dallas can put up.
But basically, Green Bay told the rest of the league how to beat the Cowboys, run the ball.
And you know what? Green Bay told the world how to beat them also.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that goes back on the Cowboys, too. Because if they had studied film of the weeks before, they would have known how to beat them, man. Because it's obvious. They're weak down the middle. Yeah. Completely. They are so weak down the middle. I don't even understand how that when I was watching the game, I didn't even understand why they weren't hitting the middle of the field. I'm like, guys, this is their weakest spot they have in their secondary, guys. You throw it down the middle. You keep chunking passes down the middle. You run the ball straight up the middle. Because they're weak. Those are weak areas. And see, that's what told me. I was like, you know what? They didn't do any research on this. Because if they did, they would have saw that. I mean, because dude, who did Green Bay lose to? It was See, that your squad, bro.
They lost to the Bears.
Yes, and what were the Bears doing to beat them, dude?
They were rushing Rodgers. They were rushing Rodgers. They couldn't. The Packers couldn't run, and it was that they couldn't. They took the middle away.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See, that's the problem I have with the Cowboys. It's like, guys, these guys are beatable, dude. Why? But you know what?
They're beatable. They're beatable now. Like at first they weren't. Like the beginning of the season, they weren't beatable, and now they're beatable. Like they're beatable now. So, and like I said, the Cowboy defense is not bad, but it's just for some reason they couldn't run. Like for some reason the Cowboys they let Eddie Lacy have a field day today.
Yeah, he was a Hall of Famer today.
Right. Like, it's like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Really? We're going to do that now. Like, I mean, you could have at least kept pace with everybody else. Like, I don't necessarily know what the Giants are going to do, but you were a game back. You needed to keep pace with everybody else. Because at the very least, you needed to win the game today. Because if you got the Redskins next week, you control your destiny if you win the game today. And it was rainy, and really, I mean, it was just, there was too many mistakes. And I'm not saying, well,
go ahead.
I don't think Castle's a bum, but I think it's unfair to ask Castle to do, I think it's unfair that you keep asking Castle to do things that he's not comfortable doing.
Right. Yeah,
like if you're gonna and see, here's another thing. Like you keep telling you told the world that Brandon Whedon is not the dude, right? But Beasley, which is why I wanted him on my fantasy team, Beasley was having a field day when Whedon was the quarterback. He was on his way to a Pro Bowl year. Right?
Yeah.
Like, why are you not featuring him? Or why are you not putting Dez in a situation where he can run after? Get him the ball. Like, Dez needs to touch the ball all the time. That's your offense.
And you know what, though, man? As far as Dez goes, man, I honestly wouldn't have had him playing the rest of the season. I mean, just because of the fact that dude is playing 75% right now, maybe, if that. And Chris Carter was talking about that too. And Larry Fitzgerald was talking about that because they suffered the same injury.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta listen to your body, man.
Right.
And he's not there, dude. Like, physically, he's not, dude. Because that play where he went up for the Hail Mary, he hurt his knee. At the same time, he hurt his foot as well. Like, he felt some pain in his foot when he went up for that ball and came down. And when that happens, dude, I mean, that tells you right there, dude, you nearly injured your knee to where you probably would have been out for, even longer. And on top of that, you nearly re-injured your foot again.
Right.
See, and that to me is telling me, like, look, Dez, go sit down, please. Just go sit down. We don't need you right now. We don't need you right now because all you're doing, I mean, you're hurting the team when you're putting yourself out there like that.
Right.
I don't understand it. I mean, I understand him, wanting to be competitive and wanting to fight.
That's the organization decision, because you can say you can put Dez on IR and be like, dude, the season's over. Like, we're gonna see what we have. Like, dog. Like, the reason why I don't take this season as a Bears fan that seriously is because, like, they put dudes on IR, man. Like, Marty B messed up his ribs, dude. he's on IR and he can play still.
Yeah.
Like like he's been having issues. He's been having issues here with his role in the offense, and he's been saying some things. And John Fox is like, "All right, you're injured. You're gonna be on IR now." Now it's a different situation, but you can be like, the season is done. You can say the season is done. I'm going to see what we have, and I'm going to see what we have here and kind of start again. And not really start again because you have talent, but you can improve your draft class, see what you have, and try again next year. There's like, you're not, now in theory, yeah, they could still get in the playoffs, okay, because they can still win the division, right? But at the time of Romo was getting hurt, what, they were 2-7?
Yeah, they were.
Or 3-7. They were 3-7, right? You weren't. Yeah. No, they were 2-7 because I think Castle won a couple games.
It was 2-7.
Okay, there was a couple games Castle won, right? You don't plan on the division being that bad to where 5-7 you're still in the playoff hunt. You tank the season and see what you have. Not tank like, I'm gonna play to lose, but you don't put your best players in harm's way to where it becomes a problem. Because the first time Romo got hurt and they were 2-7, and Romo played again. I know what happened. It was 2-7, and then like they were, and it was obvious that like Castle and Whedon were not the future, right? But you can get your good draft picks for each round. So then remember they put Romo in, and Romo like won against the Dolphins, and then Romo gets hurt the next game, and it just no. And then it was like 3-7, and it was 3-7, and everybody was like, "What?" Then they put him on IR. You could have put Dez on IR. Wouldn't be the vocal point of your offense, and that way you don't have to. That way would win. Catching balls in the middle, and Beasley. You're not asking Castle to do much. You're not because see with Dez there's this, if you're not going to put Dez in situations where he can run after the catch, situations where he's not comfortable, then feature Beasley and feature Wynn and see what you have in Terrence Williams, if anything.
Right,
and
if anything.
And keep it from there.
Now why do you say it like that, Chris?
Do you trust Terrence Williams?
No.
Exactly.
Not even a little bit, man.
Exactly.
And that's really
that dude is okay. That dude is okay. That dude is not.
You know what I think?
What?
I think they're gonna let him go after. I'd trade him. To be honest with you.
I'll let him go and see him. And I'm not saying he's a bad dude, but he's not like groundbreaking. Like Dez is groundbreaking. Okay, Dez is that dude. Dez is that dude. Wynn was that dude as a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Bailey is that dude on special teams and kicking. Like, you have that dude. You have those type of players on your squad. Terrence Williams is not one. He's okay. He's not a bum, but he's okay. But, see what you have. Like, you don't have anything. This is the perfect season to get some draft picks and see what you have, right? And that's what the Bears are doing. The Chicago Bears are having a throwaway season. We're gonna see if Cutler's not an idiot. We're gonna see what we have on the receiving core. We're gonna see what we have as a running back. We're gonna see what we have as defense and as offensive line, and we're gonna slowly build that up, right? The Cowboys need to do that because right now you have a quarterback that's injury prone. You have a running back by committee, which is working because their line is awesome. And you have Dez Bryant. That's it. You have Dez Bryant as your feature receiver. You have Cole Beasley that's good in the slot, but if you're not throwing to him, what's the point? Like Castle stopped
Right.
throwing to Beasley. It not. Whereas with Whedon, Beasley was his safety net.
Right.
Anytime Whedon got in trouble and Beasley was open, Beasley got the ball. And Castle,
Wow.
and am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah, Beasley got the ball every time Whedon was in trouble. And then that began the whole, well, Whedon can't throw down the field. Well, he can. But Castle can't either. Castle has the arm, but if he's overthrowing people, then he's just as bad as Whedon.
And that's not.
Because all it is you're putting Des Bryant in situations where he can get hurt again.
That's really all. That's really it. And that's sad. That's really sad.
Yes, man. It is, man. But anyway, man, I will get at you about the Cowboys anyway. I'll get at you about the Cowboys next week because I'm sure that it'll be a very interesting game, and I'm sure there'll be a very interesting game. They'll lose in a stupid way, and you'll get another rant, and we'll have another State of the Union.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. And if they win, I'm sure you'll tell me good things, and this will be something that I do, once a week with you, for the foreseeable future. Just because, and whenever there's a football situation, because Ramon doesn't like to talk when the Cowboys lose. He didn't really like to. He didn't really want to get into it today. I know you're always up for conversations, so I'll do it next week, man, and hopefully we won't have any pauses or anything. But anyway, on the Cowboys discussion, pushing while black out, and hope you guys like it. Don't hang up, man.
I won't. I got you.
Hold on.
All right.